Hey, all my Facebook friends. It's Gina Green from EnergyYogaByGina.com. And what I want to start to do is to actually do a video blog on Facebook. Over the last 15, say 25 years that I've been working with people, what I have found is there's five major stresses pretty much everyone says. They come in, I say, "Hey, what's your biggest stressors?" I would say 80 to 90% of the time people say their partner, their kids, their job, their finances, their health. And if you have a crisis in any one of those areas, that goes to number one. So what I think would be really important, since I'm, kind of a brain specialist on this, is I think it would be very interesting to go through how the estrogen brain functions and how the testosterone brain functions, so that we can kind of maneuver through our relationships a little bit better in life, have a better understanding of why people do and don't get along. I have some courses that I teach already. It's more to like teachers and instructors. However, I think it'll be very effective in helping people understand their own motivation styles. So we'll get into if someone's internally or externally motivated, which is completely different than being introverted or extroverted. Those are completely different things. And I'm going to try to keep the videos pretty short. I don't know, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, because who wants to sit around and watch a video all day? And I'm not real big on storytelling, so I'm just going to kind of give you the idea, give you a couple examples, and then kind of cut you loose. What I would like, though, is your feedback, because the more feedback I get on the challenges that you're having, or if there's an idea that I explain and and maybe you're not getting it, or maybe you have a funny story to share about it, that would be cool too. And so in this video, since it's the first one, I actually call it estrogen guessing and testosterone obvious. Because for the estrogen brain, things are not always obvious. However, for the testosterone brain, many times things are very obvious. Women will have a tendency to say, "Oh, he's not paying attention to me, he's not this, he's not that." And I would tell you, women, listen up. I disagree. Men are very, very, very perceptive. They come from a DNA, generational background of like hunters, where women are more gatherers. Hunters pay attention to everything. They just don't have the need or the desire to talk about it. Where with women, and this is where men, you need to pay attention. Women are guessing all the time. Like I said, estrogen guessing. Because with estrogen, we have a much more panoramic vision. We have much more panoramic emotions, where men are a little bit more, kind of tunnel vision. They stay focused. They want to get one task done before they go to the next. If you interrupt them in a task, you might not get the task done. Where women are a little bit more all over the place. We don't necessarily focus on one thing. If we can't get a certain thing done, we're just going to move to something else. So say the husband's out working on the deck and he has the wrong size of bolts. A woman will walk out and go, find something else to do. No, 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 no. You don't understand. That man will have to go back to the hardware store 5 times if he has to accomplish that goal, because that's what he's focused on. So what this will help with is, for women, is you might want to explain or ask your men enough questions when things are not obvious. And sometimes I know this is what makes women look a little dingy, maybe a little not so smart sometimes, because it's not obvious to us. However, for men, for things that are obvious, I do really suggest that men give women better feedback. To give them feedback maybe on things that, you might not be comfortable giving them feedback on. Like, what are your plans in the relationship? What are your plans for the evening? Just what are your plans? It may seem obvious to a woman, but many times it really isn't. So that's going to be our first little lesson, is that for women, because of estrogen, our brain is much more aware of everything. It's the same reason that a woman can be in a house and a guy will run up and say, "Hey, honey, where's my keys?" And they'll say, "Hey, it's in the second bedroom just below the dresser on the floor. And it's not that we were even in the room. We just walked down the hallway, kind of glanced in the room, noticed everything in the room, and then walked off. Where if a guy's focused on, say, going to the grocery store, he's probably not focused on where his keys are. So that's where the estrogen guessing and the testosterone obvious comes in line.